how can I support my husband without being envious of his new job?
Ooh, tell me about this. Give me a picture of your life circumstances right now.
Okay, so my husband is in between jobs. He's currently studying for a new job, but right now he is like a secretary at a small business, and I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 under 3 children.
Oh, God almighty. So you're not envious of his job. You're envious that he's not there.
Yes, I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a secretary in an office as much as you don't want to be at home just living this bananas moment, right?
Yes.
You know what? I just minimized that. It's not a moment. It's a season. It's not like it's a rough afternoon. This is rough every second. Good.
Yeah.
Gravy. You have 3 and under?
Yes.
Oh man.
It's really tough most days.
Yes. How is husband doing?
He's doing the best he can. He's studying right now to get a better job.
What does that mean?
So he's going to become a financial planner.
Okay.
And like sell insurance and stuff with a company. And he's going to make a lot more money. His hours will increase, but we're used to that. So right now he's just kind of floating. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing because he's doing random odd jobs just to get us by, just because we don't have a lot of money to,
Sure.
support ourselves. So he is stressed out for other reasons, but I'm also stressed out because I'm trying to take care of the house and all the kids.
What are the reasons he's stressed out?
He just doesn't think that he's doing enough to support us. And because, like you say, that a man, like his whole thing is money. And so since he's not making enough money, he thinks he's failing. And I can see that in him, and it definitely kind of affects us sometimes at home, just like his attitude. And it's hard because he'll have to work a lot sometimes, and I'm kind of left alone with the kids all day, and I'm just getting to the point where I can't do it alone anymore right now.
Yeah.
And so I just want him to help me and support me, but I'm also like, I feel really guilty because I don't know. I feel like I should be doing a better job at helping my own children, and I should be able to do this all alone, but I know that's not what it should be like.
So,
I know that's not true.
You have 2 competing realities. I remember saying the words to my therapist. This is within the last 6 months. Just hearing the term 9 to 5 can be a drag. So my friends at Cozy Earth are here to help make your 5 to 9 way more comfortable. I love Cozy Earth's pants and all-day t-shirts. They're soft, breathable, and super tough. And my wife loves their pajamas, and my whole family loves Cozy Earth sheets. They're super comfortable, and they keep us cool when it's hot outside. Try them risk-free for 100 nights. You can save 40% off your entire order at cozyearth.com/Delony. I remember saying the words to my therapist. This is within the last 6 months. I just want what I know to be true in my head. I want to be able to feel that in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm hearing you saying is, I know this is a season. I know that I know that I can't do this all by myself. And I know that I want to be able to tell my husband, I love you, you're good just the way you are. And you don't feel like the thought of going out to make friends, the thought of going out to get support and help, the thought of doing anything other than just surviving because your whole day is diaper, vomit, spit up, falling down, ouchie, vomit, wash bottles, make bottles, feed, repeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have a guy who wants to believe he's got value and that he's a good provider and a good husband and a good dad to this these 3 little kids, and also y'all have a math problem, right?
Mhm.
Ugh. And so everybody feels like they're failing,
Mhm.
and the whole house just feels heavy, huh?
Yeah, it does.
So is the word envious of him the right word?
I would probably not. I was thinking of it more like I want him to also know what I'm feeling. In a sense, that's why I'm kind of envious. Like I want him to also suffer with me in my.
Okay.
But it's more like I want to be with him in his like free time. Like I want to have more free time with him, and I don't get that. I feel like I'm missing out.
Okay.
And
What I'm hearing is a very
Yeah.
lonely person.
Yeah.
Surrounded
I feel really
by
lonely right
people.
now. Yes. Yes.
And even when he's with you, you know he's not with you because every moment he sits down, he is then overcome with guilt and shame, and I should be and I need to be. And every time you do something that needs to be done, you got to change that diaper. You got to feed that infant. You got to make sure that other kid doesn't turn the burners on because they're just running around the house like a maniac. Like you also, yeah, just it just feels like you're out on an island.
Yeah, it really does right now.
Well, you got 2 paths forward. You have the path that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear in you a resolve, an intentionality, and you will just keep doing it. You'll keep plowing ahead. Why? Because you don't have another option. You got 3 little kids,
Mm-hmm.
3 babies, really. And you can keep taking that route. If I could snap my fingers, if I could do anything on your behalf, I would suggest taking the other path. And here's the other path. Even though you don't have it, scrounge together some nickels and pennies, call a friend, beg somebody at your church, call one of your parents or your in-laws, have somebody come watch those kids.
Okay.
And here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find 1 inch of margin so that for just a minute, 1 hour, 3 hours, in a fantasy world, I would want you to take half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Could you pump one day? And I know that it's like, why don't you just pump? And that adds that's a job on top of a job in the middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
Could you wiggle and scratch and claw both of you for 1 half day of margin? That will come at an economic cost. Those are hours he's not working. And you're going to have to do a ton of prep work on the front end that he can't do because you're going to have to put like milk in a bottle or formula in a bottle, right? Could y'all get away and say, okay, the marriage we had is over. We have a brand new marriage, and that means we have a brand new life.
Yeah.
I want you to make more money, honey. You want to get a job and make more money. But right this very second, is this the moment to be studying for a big exam? And you know this as well as I do. Some people listening may not know. When you get that personal financial planning licensure, that certification, you start over. You got to go build a book of business. So it's not like he'll be studying, he'll take that exam. If he passes it, which is a tough exam, he then goes to work full-time and makes less money than he's probably making right now, just doing odd jobs.
Yeah.
Until he gets enough commission sales off of different people. And now he might go to work for a practice that would just give him clients, but that's usually not how that works. And so is this the moment in history in your family when that's the best move? Or is there a totally different world when the oldest one is 5, the middle one is 3, and the youngest one is 2, and at least I'm able to sleep a couple hours.
Yeah.
Right? And if so, what would it look like to have 2 full-time jobs, but I'm going to start at 6 a.m. He's going to get home at 6 p.m. And then when he is home, he will commit for 24 months, 36 months to drop his shoulders and be all in with you and with those kids. Because here's what happens. Y'all have created a world that has very real-time, 3 young infants, real-time responsibilities. And at the same time, you've also self-imposed, I have to do this other thing right now. And I want y'all to determine for yourselves, we don't have to do that right this second.
Yeah.
Here's what that looks like in my house, okay? When I graduated with my PhD in higher ed, in education, I wanted to be a president of a college or an executive at a college. I then saw that my students were changing, my personal life was changing, and I knew higher ed was going to change dramatically. And so I wanted to get another PhD in psychology or in counseling, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I also had a young son, 3 miscarriages in a row, and then an infant. And that was not the moment to start a new PhD program. And work full time. So during the work day, I worked out with my boss that I could take 1 or 2 classes in a master's program so that most of the nights I could come home and be present.
Yeah.
And that only lasted for 1.5, maybe 2 years. I don't remember, but it's years ago now. But it lasted for a short season. And as my daughter got a little bit older and a little bit more self-sufficient and then I had a little bit more time and I started doing more classes, and then I could take a Saturday here and then a Sunday there. And then all of a sudden things begin to open up time-wise and margin-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So you'll have a very real boundaries, and also you have some self-imposed ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to say this nicely, but he is going to have to do 2 hard things at once, which is work really, really hard for the family and be really intentional about not bringing his self-worth and dumping it at your feet and saying, hey, you got to carry my self-worth too, because then you end up with a 4th child.
Yeah.
And when I talk about 4th child, I got to make yet another meal. I got to worry about yet another person's emotions and their whiny or their heartbrokenness or it was a bad day today. You can't carry all of that. And here's the work you have to do. You have to say, I'm not a bad human because these 3 kids that I'm so grateful for, that I love deeply and that I wanted so badly, also I need some time away from them. Also, that I will go stone insane if I don't get other adults in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that may be you going to the park, but you also know going to the park it's an event for you right this second, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe asking a couple of other moms to come to your house and you'll make the coffee if they'll bring some shenanigans and just show up.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? So it's not going to look the way you want it, and your house is going to be messy, and there's going to be diapers piled up. So who cares? It's a very uniquely Western idea that I think is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
No woman should be locked in their own home with 1, 2, or 3 little kids by themselves, period.
Yeah.
It's a recipe for emotional and psychological disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And we live in a culture that makes that norm, like not doing that, it makes it hard.
Yeah, it does.
And so can I tell you, you have permission to be jealous. You have permission to be tired. You have permission to be frustrated. And you have permission to not want to be on your kids today. And that doesn't make you a bad mom. That doesn't make you a bad human. It doesn't make you a bad wife. But the path is, how do I continue to show up when I'm overwhelmed and exhausted? Not show up to fix yet another thing or yet another thing to do, but I need to go get some oxygen in the form of other people, some camaraderie, and that will let me show up with that little bit of margin that I'm looking for just to get through today and then get through tomorrow and then get through the next day. You are in the middle of winter right now. It is cold. You don't want to go outside. You have a coat on. Your heater's not working. Our pets' heads are falling off. I promise spring is coming. I promise. You are going to blink through the fog of no sleep, through the fog of everybody pawing at your body, and your body doesn't even feel like your own right now, and your husband being worn out and exhausted and kind of mopey because I don't make enough money for us to, and you're going to blink, and one of those kids is going to be 6, one of those kids is going to be 5, and one of those kids is going to be 3, and then all of a sudden, one of your kids is going to just take a shower on their own, and you're going to be like, what is this sorcery? I feel like I got my whole my life back. And you have another kid that's going to be able to shower on his own or her own. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I only have to bathe one kid. And you're going to feel it's all, the sun will begin to come up. So I don't want you to make forever decisions or beat yourself up over the fact that you're in winter. It's okay just to huddle down sometimes. And I want you and your husband to begin planning for spring.